His mouth tasted like whiskey and regret. When I kissed him in that locked panic room, 30 seconds before the explosion that would change everything. I'm Lesedi Molefe, and before I tell you how I ended up pregnant with twins by a man who swore he was sterile, before I explain why I'm currently zip-tied in the back of a speeding van with armed men who want us both dead, you need to understand something critical. This kiss, this desperate, hungry, impossible kiss, wasn't our first. It was our last. And if you want to know how a secretary from Johannesburg ended up carrying impossible babies for Seoul's most dangerous crime lord, you need to hit that subscribe button right now. Smash that like thumb. Turn on notifications. Because this story gets darker, more twisted, and more impossible with every second. And I promise you, by the end, someone you love is going to die. Someone's going to betray everyone, and you're going to understand why some miracles feel more like curses. Now let me take you back to where this really started, 6 months before that kiss, before the safe room, before everything exploded. The day I met Yoon Tae-young, I was wearing a yellow dress my mother bought me 3 days before she died. It was too tight across my hips, too bright for a job interview, and absolutely the wrong choice for meeting a man who would eventually ruin my life in the most beautiful way possible. His office was on the 47th floor of a building in Gangnam that looked like it was made entirely of black glass and sharp edges. The kind of building that screamed money and danger in equal measure. The receptionist, a thin Korean woman with perfect makeup and eyes that judged every centimeter of my curvy body, looked at me like I'd walked in wearing pajamas. "You're here for the secretary position?" Her English was flawless, but her tone suggested she'd already decided I wasn't suitable. "Yes, Lesedi Molefe. I have an appointment at 3. She made a phone call, spoke rapid Korean I couldn't understand, then gestured toward a leather sofa that probably cost more than my entire month's rent. "Wait there." I waited for 47 minutes, long enough to regret every choice that led me to this moment. Long enough to remember my mother's last words in that Johannesburg hospital, her hand gripping mine with surprising strength for someone so close to death. "Promise me you'll live big, Lesedi. Not safe, big. Promise me you won't make yourself small to make other people comfortable." I'd promised. And then I'd made myself very, very small for 2 years, working 3 jobs just to keep my student visa active. Living in a closet-sized apartment in Itaewon, eating ramyun for dinner 5 nights a week because it was cheap and I was broke and Seoul was expensive and unforgiving. "Miss Molefe?" I looked up, and that's when I saw him for the first time. Yoon Tae-young didn't look like a crime lord. He looked like a CEO. Perfectly tailored charcoal suit, hair styled in that effortlessly expensive way Korean men seem to master. Sharp jawline, eyes so dark they looked black, handsome in a way that felt dangerous, like staring at a beautiful venomous snake and wondering if you'd survive the bite. "Follow me." His office was ridiculous. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Seoul, minimalist furniture that probably had names I couldn't pronounce, a desk that looked carved from a single piece of dark wood. Everything screamed power and control and the kind of money that made laws optional. "Sit." I sat. He stood behind his desk, studying a folder that I assumed was my resume. The silence stretched. I counted to 60 in my head before he finally spoke. "Your Korean is basic." "I'm working on it." "Your previous work experience is unimpressive." "I'm a fast learner. You have no connections in Seoul, no family. No references beyond a landlord and a restaurant manager who says you're reliable but nothing exceptional." My jaw clenched. Is there a question in there? Or are you just enjoying pointing out everything I lack? His eyes snapped up. For the first time, he actually looked at me, really looked, and something flickered in those dark eyes. Surprise, maybe, or amusement. "Why do you want this job?" "Because you pay 60 million won per year, which is 3 times what anyone else offers. Because my visa expires in 4 months and I need employment sponsorship." Because I'm good at being invisible and keeping secrets. And I suspect that's exactly what you need in a secretary. You think you know what I need? I think you need someone who won't ask questions about the men with guns who visit your office. Someone who won't gossip about the briefcases full of cash. Someone who'll show up, do the work, and disappear when you're done with them. I can be that person. He studied me for a long moment. Then he did something unexpected. He smiled, not a friendly smile, a dangerous one. You start Monday. Be here at 7. Leave when I tell you to leave. Keep your mouth shut about everything you see and hear. Break those rules and you'll regret it. Understood? Understood. Good. Now get out. I got out. And as I rode the elevator down 47 floors, my hands were shaking and my heart was racing, and I knew, absolutely knew, that I'd just made a deal with something far more dangerous than I'd bargained for. I just didn't know how dangerous yet. That was 6 months ago. 6 months of being the perfect invisible secretary. 6 months of answering phones and filing reports and pretending not to understand when men spoke in Korean about shipments and territories and people who'd made mistakes and needed to be handled. 6 months of watching Yoon Tae-yang from behind my desk, studying the way he moved, the way he spoke, the way he commanded every room he entered like gravity itself, bent to his will. And 6 months of developing a crush so pathetic and hopeless it made me hate myself. Because here's what I learned about Yoon Tae-yang in those 6 months. He was brilliant, ruthless, surprisingly fair to the people who worked for him. He paid well, never yelled, had a strange habit of feeding the stray cats behind the building when he thought no one was watching. And he never, not once, looked at me like I was a woman. I was furniture to him. Useful furniture. But furniture nonetheless. Until the night everything changed. It was a Thursday, 3 weeks before the attack that would trap us in that safe room. Late meeting with some business associates, which was code for criminals discussing criminal things. I was at my desk, pretending to work on expense reports while they talked in his office. The meeting ended badly. I could tell by the tension when the 3 men walked out. One of them, a short guy with a scar through his eyebrow, stopped at my desk. "You're new," he said in English. His eyes traveled down my body in a way that made my skin crawl. "I haven't seen you before. I've been here 6 months. 6 months and the boss keeps you hidden. Why is that?" "I'm his secretary, not decoration." He laughed. It wasn't a nice laugh. "Feisty. I like that. What's your name?" "Lesedi." "African?" "South African." "Interesting. Yoon usually doesn't hire foreigners. Must be something special about you." He leaned closer. His breath smelled like garlic and cigarettes. "Maybe I should find out what." "Step back. Now." Taeyong's voice came from behind me. Cold. Deadly. The man straightened immediately. "Just being friendly, boss. Be friendly somewhere else. And don't ever approach my staff again. Clear?" Crystal. The 3 men left. I sat at my desk, hands shaking slightly, trying to pretend that entire interaction hadn't rattled me. "Are you all right?" I looked up. Tae-yang was standing beside my desk. Closer than he'd ever stood before. Close enough that I could smell his cologne. Something expensive and woody that probably had a French name. "I'm fine." "That man, Han Jae-seok, he's dangerous. If he contacts you outside of work, you tell me immediately. Understood?" Understood. He should have walked away then. Should have gone back to his office. But he didn't. He just stood there, looking at me with an expression I couldn't read. "Why did you really take this job, Lesedi?" The question caught me off guard. "I told you. The money. The visa." "That's not all of it." What do you want me to say? The truth. I should have lied. Should have given him some professional answer about career opportunities or international experience. But I was tired and scared and so desperately lonely in this city where I didn't belong. Because I promised my mother I'd live big, I said quietly. And working for you, even if it's dangerous, even if it's probably going to ruin me, feels bigger than anything else I could do. It feels like I matter, even if I'm just furniture to you. His expression changed, softened in a way I'd never seen. You're not furniture. Then what am I? He opened his mouth, closed it. Whatever he was going to say, he changed his mind. Go home, Lesedi. It's late. What about you? I have work. You always have work. That's what happens when you build an empire. It consumes you. He turned to walk back to his office, then paused. And for the record, you've never been invisible to me. I see you. I've always seen you. He walked away before I could respond. Left me sitting at my desk, heart pounding, mind racing, wondering what the hell that meant. I didn't figure it out until 3 weeks later, when armed men stormed the building and we ended up trapped in that safe room together. And everything I thought I knew about Yun Tai Yang, about myself, about what was possible, got shattered into pieces I'd spend months trying to put back together. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button, turn on notifications, because what happens next is going to destroy you in the best way possible. Trust me. Now let's continue. The attack came on a Tuesday night. I was at my desk, finishing a report about shipments, which was really about illegal arms deals, but we called them shipments because it sounded better. Tai Yang was in his office, on a video call with someone in Busan. The building was mostly empty. Just us and a handful of security guards scattered across different floors. The first indication something was wrong was the lights. They flickered. Once. Twice. Then the emergency lighting kicked in, bathing everything in red. Tai Yang appeared in his doorway instantly. Safe room. Now. What's happening? Now, Lesedi. Then I heard it. Gunfire. Distant but getting closer. Screaming. The sound of glass shattering. My brain went blank. Pure animal panic. I couldn't move. Tai Yang crossed the space between us in 3 strides, grabbed my wrist, pulled me toward the hallway. Move! We ran. My heels weren't made for running. I stumbled. He caught me, kept moving. Behind us, the elevator dinged. Doors opened. Men poured out, armed, masked, firing at anything that moved. Tai Yang shoved me around a corner just as bullets punched into the wall where we'd been standing. Concrete dust exploded. My ears rang. How many exits? I gasped. None that are safe. Safe room is our only option. We made it to the reinforced steel door at the end of the executive hallway. He punched a code into the keypad. The door hissed open. Shoved me inside. Followed. Sealed it behind us. The sound of the lock engaging was the loudest thing I'd ever heard. For a moment, we just stood there, breathing hard, hearts pounding, alive. Then I looked at him, really looked, and saw the blood. You're shot. Grazed. It's nothing. It's not nothing. Lesedi, sit down. Let me see it. He sat. I found the first aid kit. Started cleaning the wound on his shoulder where a bullet had carved a line through flesh. My hands shook, not from fear, from adrenaline. From the sudden realization that we were trapped in a 12-foot concrete box for God knew how long, and outside, people were dying. How long does the protocol last? I asked while I worked. 72 hours. Door won't open until then, unless I manually override from inside. 72 hours. 3 days. I tied off the bandage, sat back, looked around our prison, gray concrete walls, one narrow cot, tiny bathroom, shelves with water and protein bars, a monitor showing security footage of the carnage outside. Who are they? Song Woo Jin's crew. I crossed him last month. He's been planning revenge. Are your men going 123? 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 Are your men going 123 to be okay? He didn't answer, just looked at the monitor. I followed his gaze. The hallway outside was a massacre. Bodies. So much blood. Some of his guards holding positions, others down, not moving. "I'm sorry," I whispered. "Don't be." They knew the risks. That doesn't make it okay. He looked at me then. Really looked. "You should be terrified right now. Screaming. Panicking. But you're not." "Why?" "Because panic won't keep us alive. And because I grew up in Johannesburg during the bad years. I've heard gunfire before. Seen violence. This isn't my first war zone. You're full of surprises. You have no idea." The first hour passed in tense silence. We watched the monitors, watched the battle rage through the building, watched people die. By hour 2, the fighting had moved to lower floors. By hour 3, it went quiet. Is it over? I asked. Maybe. Or maybe they're regrouping. What do? We wait. We survive. And when that door opens, we deal with whatever's left. Hour 5 brought exhaustion. I dozed on the cot, woke up every time the monitor made a sound. Tae-yang never slept. Just sat against the wall, watching the screens with the intensity of a man watching his world burn. Hour 8 brought something I didn't expect. I woke to find him sitting on the edge of the cot, head in his hands, shoulders shaking, just slightly, but enough. Hey, I sat up. What's wrong? Park Min-jae is dead. His voice cracked. I watched it happen on camera. He was 26, had a daughter, 3 years old. I was supposed to go to her birthday party next month. Without thinking, I put my hand on his back. He stiffened, then, slowly, leaned into the touch. I'm sorry. Everyone around me dies, he said. Everyone. It's like I'm cursed. You're not cursed. You're in a dangerous business. Those are different things. Are they? Yes. He looked at me. His eyes were red-rimmed. Exhausted, filled with grief, he usually hid. Why did you really stay Lesedi? After you figured out what I do, what I am. You could have quit, should have quit, but you stayed. Why? Because I fell in love with you. My brain screamed. Because watching you became the best part of my day. Because I'm an idiot who thought maybe, just maybe, you might see me as more than furniture. Because leaving felt like giving up, I said instead. And I don't give up. Even when you should? Especially then. Something shifted in his expression. I need to tell you something. Something I should have said before, but I was ashamed. My heart clenched. What? When I was 19, I was jumped by a rival crew. They beat me for hours, broke things inside me that never healed right. The doctors said I could never have children, that the damage was permanent, that his voice dropped, that I'm not a complete man. The words hung between us. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, I said flatly. He blinked. What? You think your worth is determined by whether you can reproduce? That's garbage. You're loyal. You're strong. You built an empire from nothing. You feed stray cats when you think no one's watching. Those things make you a man, not your biology. You saw that? The cats? I see everything. His hand came up, cupped my face, thumb brushed my cheek. I told myself I couldn't pursue you because of that, he whispered. Because even if you wanted me, I couldn't give you a future, couldn't give you children, couldn't give you anything except danger and disappointment. I don't want children, I said. The words tumbled out before I could stop them. I never have. Growing up poor, watching my mother work herself to death trying to provide for me, taught me that motherhood is a trap. So if you've been avoiding me because you think you can't give me babies, you've been avoiding me for the wrong reason. His eyes widened. You don't want children? Never have, never will. And before you ask, no. It's not because I haven't met the right person or because I'll change my mind. It's because I know exactly what I want from life, and kids aren't part of it. Then why have you been avoiding me? I asked when you kept your distance. Because you kissed me 3 weeks ago, he said. And I didn't kiss you back, and I knew you thought I wasn't interested. But the truth is, I was terrified. Terrified that if I let myself want you, I'd destroy you. Everyone I love gets destroyed. Then maybe stop trying to protect me and just want me anyway. Lesedi. I kissed him. fast and desperate and filled with 6 months of longing I'd tried so hard to bury. For a heartbeat. He froze. Then he responded. His mouth claimed mine with a hunger that stole my breath. His hands tangled in my braids as he pulled me closer, and I gasped, and he deepened the kiss, tasting me like I was water and he'd been dying of thirst. This was nothing like that quick, awkward kiss 3 weeks ago. This was consuming. This was two people who'd been circling each other for months, finally giving in to gravity. His lips were soft but demanding. His body was hard, everywhere mine was soft. We fit together like puzzle pieces. We shouldn't. He breathed against my mouth. Probably not. I kissed him again. This changes everything. Good. I want everything to change. Our clothes came off slowly. He worshipped every curve, every stretch mark, every inch of my brown skin like I was sacred. His hands shook as they explored my body. You're shaking. It's been years, and never with someone who mattered. Those words melted something inside me. I reached for him, and we came together in the darkness while danger waited outside and death surrounded us, and nothing existed except his touch and his breath and the way he said my name like a prayer. Afterward, we lay tangled on the narrow cot, my head on his chest, his heartbeat steady under my ear. What happens when the door opens? I asked. Everything changes. No more hiding. No more pretending. You're mine now, and I protect what's mine. I don't need protection. I need partnership. Then partnership. He kissed the top of my head. Partners in everything. We made love twice more before the 72 hours ended. Each time different, desperate, tender, wild. Like we were cramming a lifetime into 3 days because maybe that's all we'd get. When the door finally hissed open, his second in command stood there with reinforcements. The man's eyes carefully avoided me, wrapped in Tai Yang's shirt. Boss, building is secure. Song's crew is eliminated. Casualties? 17 of ours, 32 of theirs. Tai Yang's jaw clenched. He took my hand. We walked out together into the aftermath. Bodies and blood and shattered glass. The cost of survival? And I absolutely knew, that what we'd started in that room would either save us or destroy us. I just didn't know which yet. If you're still watching, drop a comment right now and tell me, do you think they're going to make it? Because I promise you, what happens next is going to shatter every expectation you have. Now, let's continue. 6 weeks later, I was pregnant. Let me say that again because it bears repeating. 6 weeks after Yoon Tai-yang, a man who'd been medically confirmed sterile made love to me in a locked panic room. I was staring at 5 positive pregnancy tests in the bathroom of his private compound outside Busan. 5 tests, 5 positives, 0 explanations. My hands shook as I lined them up on the marble counter. This was impossible. Medically, biologically, scientifically impossible. He'd been told by multiple doctors that his body didn't work that way, that the damage from that beating was permanent, that he could never father children. And yet, my period was 3 weeks late. My breasts ached constantly. The smell of coffee made me want to die. And my body felt different. Heavier. Like something was growing inside me that shouldn't exist. I'd avoided him for 6 days. Made excuses. Claimed I needed space. He'd been understanding, which made the guilt worse. Because I wasn't processing trauma. I was hiding the fact that my body had apparently decided to rewrite the laws of biology. There was a knock on the bathroom door. Lesedi, are you all right? Taeyang's voice. Concerned. I looked at the tests, looked at the door, calculated how long I could keep this secret. Approximately 0 seconds. I opened the door. He took one look at my face, then at the 5 tests lined up behind me, and went completely still. Those are pregnancy tests. I swallowed hard. All positive. He stared at them, at me, at them again. His face cycled through shock, confusion, disbelief, then anger. Whose are they? The question hit like a slap. What? I said, whose are they? His voice turned cold. Because they can't be mine. So whose are they? Lesedi. They're yours. That's impossible. I know it's impossible. That's what I've been trying to process for 6 days. But they're yours. I haven't been with anyone else. I wouldn't do that. Lesedi, I can't have children. Multiple doctors confirmed it. The damage was permanent. So either you're lying about being pregnant, or you're lying about them being mine. Tears burned behind my eyes. I'm not lying about anything. Then explain this, because from where I'm standing, it looks like you got pregnant by someone else and you're trying to pin it on me because I'm rich and powerful and you think I'm an easy mark. The words destroyed something inside me. You think I'm scamming you? What else am I supposed to think? You're supposed to trust me. You're supposed to believe me when I tell you the truth. The truth! He laughed. It wasn't a nice laugh. The truth is that I've been told my entire adult life that my body doesn't work, that I'm broken. And now you show up 6 weeks after we slept together claiming you're pregnant with my baby? That's not truth. That's convenient timing. Convenient? My voice rose. You think any of this is convenient? I work for a crime lord. I'm carrying a baby that shouldn't exist according to medical science. There is nothing convenient about this situation. Get out. The words froze me. What? Get out of my house. Pack your things. Leave. And don't come back. Taeyang. I said get out. I left. Walked back to the guest room where I'd been staying. Packed my bags with shaking hands. Refused to cry until I was in the car driving away from the compound. Then the tears came, hot and silent and endless. He didn't believe me. The man I loved, the man I'd given everything to, thought I was a liar and a scam artist. Thought I'd betrayed him. And the worst part, I couldn't even blame him. Because from his perspective, it was impossible. The doctors had been clear. The damage was permanent. He couldn't father children, except he had. Somehow, in that locked room during those 3 desperate days, something had changed. Something medical science couldn't explain. A miracle. Or maybe a curse. I hadn't decided which yet. I drove to Busan, to my cousin Naledi's apartment. Showed up on her doorstep at midnight, crying so hard I couldn't speak. She pulled me inside, made tea, didn't ask questions until I could breathe again. What happened? I'm pregnant. Her eyes widened. With his baby. Babies, actually. Babies. Plural. I nodded, pulled out my phone, showed her the ultrasound photos from the clinic I'd visited that morning. The clinic where a doctor had confirmed what the pregnancy tests already told me. 2 heartbeats, 2 gestational sacs, twins. Lesedi. I thought he couldn't. He can't. Or he couldn't. Or medical science is wrong. I don't know. All I know is I'm pregnant with his twins, and he thinks I'm lying and I don't know what to do. Naledi pulled me into her arms. Let me cry on her shoulder until I had nothing left. What are you going to do? I don't know. Keep the babies. Raise them alone if I have to. Figure out how to survive. And him? He made his choice. He chose not to believe me. So I choose to move on. But moving on was easier said than done. 3 weeks passed. I got a job at Lesedi's restaurant, serving tables, cooking in the back. Tried not to think about Tai Yang every second of every day. Tried not to wonder if he missed me. Tried not to touch my growing belly and imagine what our babies would look like. Failed at all 3. Then one night, during dinner rush, the door opened and he walked in. He looked terrible. Dark circles under his eyes, wrinkled suit, hair uncombed, like he hadn't slept in weeks. Our eyes met across the restaurant. For a moment, neither of us moved. Then he crossed to me in 6 strides, pulled an envelope from his jacket, held it out with shaking hands. I got tested, he said. 5 different doctors, specialists. I took the envelope, opened it, read the medical reports inside. My breath caught. The trauma to my body. He continued, his voice cracked. Something changed during those 3 days in the safe room. The stress, the fear. The doctors can't explain it. They're calling it a medical anomaly. But for a brief window, maybe just that week, I was fertile. And then my body went back to how it was. I looked up at him. Tears streamed down his face. The babies are mine, he whispered. They're my children, and I called you a liar. I threw you out. I destroyed the only good thing in my life because I was too broken to believe in miracles. Yes, I said flatly. You did. I'm sorry. He dropped to his knees right there in the middle of the restaurant. Every customer turned to stare. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Please come back. I can't breathe without you. I wanted to make him suffer. Wanted to let him grovel. But I was tired. So tired of being angry, of being alone with my fear. I forgive you, I said quietly. But I'm not coming back. Not to your world. Not to the violence. Then I'll leave it. He grabbed my hands. I'll leave all of it. The business, the empire, everything. I'll build something new. Something safe. For you. For our babies. You can't just leave. Watch me. And he did. Over the next 3 months, Yun Tai Yang dismantled his criminal empire. Sold off territories, paid off debts, made deals with rivals, went legitimate, started a security consulting firm that was actually legal. It wasn't easy. People tried to stop him, tried to kill him, tried to pull him back in. But he didn't break, didn't bend, just kept moving forward, kept building something new. For me, for our babies, for the family we were creating. At 36 weeks pregnant, I went into labor. It was terrifying and painful and beautiful. Tai Yang held my hand the entire time. Whispered encouragement. Cried when our son was born. Cried harder when our daughter followed 5 minutes later. We named them Thabo and Lesedi. Joy and Star. Because after everything we'd survived, they were both. The first year was chaos. Sleepless nights. Endless diapers. 2 babies who cried in harmony. A man learning to be a father. A woman learning to be a mother despite never wanting to be. But there was also magic. Watching him sing Korean lullabies at 3 a.m. Seeing him feed them with the same intensity he'd once used to run an empire. The way he looked at me like I'd given him the world. I never thought I'd have this, he whispered one night while we both fed babies. A family, people who are mine to love instead of control. We gave each other this, I corrected. No. He kissed me softly. You gave me everything. You saw me when I was invisible. You believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. You loved me despite every reason not to. That's what love is, I said. choosing someone despite the reasons not to. 3 years later, we stood in front of our restaurant, Josie Kitchen, watching the grand opening of our third location. Thabo and Naledi ran circles around us, full of energy and joy and the fearlessness of children who'd never known violence. "Can you believe this?" I asked. 3 years ago, we were trapped in a panic room. Now we're opening restaurants and raising babies and living a completely normal life. "Normal," he repeated, then laughed. "We're the couple who got pregnant despite medical impossibility, who survived attempted murder, who left organized crime to open restaurants. There's nothing normal about us." Fair point. He pulled me close, kissed me in front of everyone, our children, our customers, random strangers. "I love you, Lesedi Yoon. I love you too, David Yoon." We'd changed our names when we left that life behind. New identities, fresh start, a life built on love instead of fear. "Mama, can we get ice cream?" Thabo tugged on my dress. "After dinner, but I want it now." "Then you're going to be disappointed," Naledi said, ruffling his hair. "Because that's not how life works, little man." We went inside. Our family, our restaurant, our impossible, beautiful, hard-won life. And as I watched my children run ahead, as I felt my husband's hand in mine, I thought about that yellow dress, about my mother's last words, about living big instead of safe. I'd kept my promise. I'd lived big. And it had cost me everything, and given me everything, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat. If this story touched you, if it made you feel something, I need you to do 3 things right now. First, hit that subscribe button because we post stories like this every single day. Stories about love that crosses borders. Second, smash that like button and turn on notifications so you never miss what comes next. And third, drop a comment telling me which moment hit you hardest. Was it the safe room, the pregnancy, the betrayal, the redemption? I want to know. Because your comments fuel these stories. Your engagement keeps this channel alive. We're a family here, and family supports each other. So subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same passion, new heartbreak. Until then, remember, the best love stories aren't the easy ones. They're the ones that break you, rebuild you, and teach you that sometimes miracles look like curses until you survive them. I'm out. Love you all. See you in the next one.